Hi. You know what I hate about videos that I watch on YouTube for getting scrapbooking techniques? I mean, I love all the ideas that are out there and the people who spend the time sharing their ideas. I think that's wonderful. But all I ever see in the videos is this: hands. It seems like people who do videos on YouTube are afraid to show their face. They just show their hands manipulating the product. Now, mind you, that is the most important thing about the video, is showing how to make things, and of course you need these to do that. But I think it's time that I revealed who I am. Hi, I'm Stephen Bland of Bland Designs, and thank you to all of those who have been subscribing to my videos. When I first started doing these, it was really a hit and miss kind of proposition. I didn't know if people were going to want to see my videos or not, but I've gotten a lot of very nice comments about them, and I really love sharing them with you, and I like making the videos. So I thought, now you should see the face behind the hands. And this is it. Hope it didn't scare you too much. So this little video is just to introduce you to who I am. Now, first of all, I know I'm a rarity, all right? I'm a male scrapbooker to start with. And believe me, there's not that many of us out there. Or if there are more, I think they're all in the closet for sure. And, you know, guys, if any of you are watching this, don't be afraid to show your creative talent. Get out there. Go with the girls. Scrapbook. Some of my best friends are female scrapbookers, and I met them through scrapbooking. Of course, you know, I do a little bit more than scrapbooking. I make albums as well, but now I'm kind of into mixed media. I'm not really sure what that means. I think it means playing with anything you can get your hands on. But I've really been doing a lot of experimenting over the last year with all kinds of forms. And I have the time to do that. You see, I'm a retired school teacher. I taught high school English for 31 years, and I retired last June. So I've just been retired just over a year. I retired June 2013. That's a reference point, I guess, on here in case 3 years down the road someone for the first time sees this video. It's been a weird experience being retired, and those of you that may be retired already know what I mean. You really feel like a fish out of water. I was so used to a day regulated by bells, working with like 90 students every day, working with a department of about 15, 16 individuals. You know, it was go, 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 go all the time. And when I wasn't at school, it was still school work after school for 31 years. That took a real toll on me when it came to creativity in the sense of doing the kind of stuff that I've been making videos on. Just didn't have the time. I tried to do as much as I could, but I didn't really have the time. There was always papers to mark, lesson plans to prep, that kind of thing. Not to mention the stuff that everybody goes through on a daily basis. You know, if you have a house, you've always got something to do with the house. You know, the cat has to have her litter changed, she has to be fed, all that kind of stuff. So, anyways, enough about my background as far as being a teacher is concerned. How did I get involved in scrapbooking? Well, many years ago, right around about 2001, a very good friend of mine who also happened to be a school teacher, an elementary school teacher, we got together for lunch one day at her place. And when I was there, she was showing me an album from a recent trip that she had taken. And I took a look at this thing and I thought, this is really neat. It's not just pictures in a book. She's got these borders and she's got these embellishments and she's got journaling on here and fancy lettering and all kinds of things. And it really went applied. I tongue-tied, I'm an English teacher, okay, bear with me. I really was surprised that this could be done in such a creative way. I had never seen anything like that before. So I said to her, so where did you come up with all these ideas? Well, she said, well, scrapbooking. Now, when I heard the word scrapbooking, I was thinking of those big old manila ones you used to get when you were a kid and you put newspaper articles in it or something like that, and then, you know, they just fell apart and you threw them in the garbage. Well, no, there seemed to be a lot more to this. Now, I figured she was an elementary school teacher, so, and this is not an insult to elementary school teachers out there because I know how hard you work, but it is the difference between elementary and high school teachers. You do a lot of cut and paste, okay? More so than we do in high school, which is probably unfortunate. However, so I figured, well, this was just up her alley. She's used to doing this kind of thing all the time. And she said, no. She says, do you want to meet the lady? I said, the lady, there's a lady. She says, oh yeah, her scrapbooking salesperson. So off we went to meet the scrapbooking salesman. And well, she happened to represent Creative Memories, and I'm sure many of you know what line of products that is. And by the time, within an hour, I became a scrapbooker. At least I spent $450 to become a scrapbooker. I bought everything. Supposedly, a starter kit. Well, that got me onto the road, and I've never looked back. You've seen my video on here, most of you, of my area where I do my scrapbooking and the piles and piles of stuff that I've got. I'm happy to say it's pretty much organized, but I think I'm getting to the point now after a year where I'm going to have to do some fine-tuning of the organization. You know, you can never have too many scrapbooking supplies. You just never have a house big enough to hold it all. I think that's the problem. So I started on scrapbooking, doing it traditional method. Over the years, because I've always been interested in computer technology, I decided to explore the world of digital scrapbooking. And today, I primarily do digital scrapbooks, although I want to return to my roots and possibly do sort of a hybrid type of scrapbooking where I use both the computer and traditional methods. And I think the traditional methods are coming back to my mind now since I've been exploring album making and other mixed media kind of projects. So, what else can I tell you about myself? Well, I love to teach. You can take the teacher out of the classroom, but you can't take the classroom out of the teacher. I need an outlet, and basically this is what YouTube is giving me right now. I haven't done a lot of tutorials. Most of my stuff has been more show and tell, but I want to do more tutorials on how I do things. So look for that in the future. The only thing I miss about doing YouTube videos about what I do is the fact that I don't have a live audience. I mean, right now I'm pretending there's a live audience in front of me, but I'm actually talking to a camera. And I think I understand why those people in the video world on television, it must be a really difficult task because you want to look away from the camera because there's nobody there. But you have to think of the camera, I guess, as a person. So that's what I want to do. Now, I volunteer for a lot of things too. I'm not just sitting around all day making albums, although by the looks of things, if you check out my YouTube videos, that's what it looks like I'm doing. I also volunteer. I volunteer with our local Senior Citizens Center, and I'm actually teaching in November a card making course there for them. And I've done other projects as well from them. Not all of them involve scrapbooking or card making techniques. I would like to develop a few more workshops for them, more on the line of making albums. I also volunteer for PFLAG, which is Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays, and if you haven't figured it out by now, I am gay. Big deal, whoopee. And don't think it's a stereotype. Just because I'm gay does not mean I'm automatically artsy and crafty, and that we're all like that, okay? But I guess I am. So, whatever. So I work with that, and what I do with the PFLAG is I go around to school groups, to youth centers, to parent organizations, things like that, and I try to run an educational program teaching them about the LGBTQ world. And I really enjoy doing that as well. What else do I do? Well, I am about to get involved with our local art gallery. I live in a small city, Oshawa, Ontario, and we do have an art gallery, but I have a feeling it's an unfound gem in our community because when I went in to check out volunteer opportunities, I got a tour of the museum, and I've been in it before, but I never realized how professional and how extensive its collection is. I'm really getting really excited about working with them. It's not going to happen until about the fall. And I'm going to be working, I hope, with their education and studio department. I really feel that this is an opportunity to expand my creative talents. So those are some of the things that I do. I read a lot. I like movies. I like music. And I said before, I like computers. I have 8 of them in my house. Don't ask why. But let's just say that everything in my house is connected to a computer. My television sets, my stereo system, everything. You ought to see the remote control we have. The other thing I like to do is travel, and I like to travel with my husband. We've been married now for 8 years. It became legal in Canada in 2004. We got married in 2005. something that we're very fortunate to have in this country, in Canada. There are many countries in the world and many states in the United States who still don't recognize same-sex marriages. Don't know what they're afraid of. What? We're all going to go out there and convert the world? I don't think so. Not going to happen. So we like to travel, and we've traveled pretty extensively. We've been to China, we've been through the Baltics, we've been to Russia, we've been all through Europe. We've been a lot of places. And we're going on a trip this September, a cruise actually, and we've been on, this will be our 6th cruise. And this cruise is taking us from England down to France, Spain, and Portugal. And it's kind of like a wine tour cruise, because a lot of the excursions we're going on involve wineries. So I hope I remember what I see. Good thing for scrapbooking, I guess. So I'm looking forward to that. What else can I tell you? Well, I'm really open to suggestions for creativity. I like to try new things. And I hope over the next little while and that I'll bring you some more videos that you'll find useful. If there's anything you'd like me to show you, or you think that I would be able to show you, please send me an email, drop me a line, let me know. I'd be more than happy to work on that. I love projects. I have lists and lists, and this is one of my little projects here, which I am going to make a video about. I'm just waiting for one more element to come that I've ordered to finish this up. But this is my idea folder. And just give you a sneak peek, inside there's little parts for keeping all my ideas and things like that in. So I'll share this with you in a future video very soon. Okay, so that's me. I hope you don't think I'm being really stuck up and vain, putting myself on camera, when usually it's just these that we show. But that's life. And you know, some of you out there that I subscribe to your videos, share your pictures. I want to see the face behind the creativity. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.